Hey everyone, and welcome back to another King Arthur Legends Rise video. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking everything Arena. I think Arena, most people don't like. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but I do think it's important for a couple of reasons. The first one is Clan Wars is coming. It's coming January 22nd, they just announced, and you're going to need multiple teams. You're going to need to have arena-focused heroes, arena-focused builds. So if you want to start playing around with that and get ready, Arena is the best place to do it. For some reason in this game, unlike other games, you don't have a limited amount of attempts within Arena. You can play this as much as you want. It's quite odd. Considering the rewards are kind of good, the seasons last weekly, and the season rewards, if you get up into the higher stages, are really nice. Like, you can get 5 legendary mastery memory stones each week, which is awesome. Also, summon tickets, more of the honor tokens, and the shop is really good too. They have Sergius in here, which I think a lot of people are aware of is extremely strong. You do need his Flame Relic, but you can also farm that. The Frost Relic summon tickets, super valuable. There's some really great heroes that just get even more powerful with access to the Frost Relic, like Gillian. I think Morgan's got a great Frost Relic. Cormac, who's rare, which we'll showcase today, has a great relic in Frost. The special summon tickets, 5 of those weekly, along with Stamina, which we know is pretty tough to come by in the game. And then, if you have excess, Tristan Chivalries are always decent. Florentius has a real cool niche with Aldry, the bear, where you farm the relic XP potions. So there's plenty of things in here to buy. I also think the normal summon tickets are a little underrated. Being able to pull rares from those and chivalry up some of your more important heroes, I think goes unnoticed sometimes. But yeah, as I mentioned, you can farm this as much as you want. And that's all I'm doing. I'm kind of just farming this up today because I'm not doing much else in the game. And the season's going to be over tomorrow. I kind of just want to start scaling this up now because I'm going up against teams that I'm not really having trouble with. And I want to get more rewards, and I'm kind of trying out some things for Clan Wars. But yeah, I want to talk about, I think, a pretty simple team that people can build to really climb up the ladder and get into these higher stages for the season to maximize your rewards. And that team is basically this one right here. Now, if you don't have Morgan Chivalry 5 or Ain Chivalry 4, it's okay, or even Cormac Chivalry 9. The team itself is kind of what's important and not so much the chivalries. You're getting certainly more damage the higher chivalries, and you're going to need higher chivalries the higher up you go because you're going to eventually be playing against whales. But if you're down in the silver tiers, bronze, this team will 100% work for you. Even if you're like me, where you spend in the game, but you're not a whale, I think this team can compete. So let's talk about what's important in Arena. The most important thing in Arena is speed. There are some teams that can compete with the speed Arena, but we're not talking about them today. I just wanted a brief overview of Arena and to give you a sample team, talk about why Arena was important. I think we'll have some better teams once Clan Wars comes out. We'll talk about that the closer it gets, but today is just somewhat a brief overview and talking about some viable heroes that you can use in Arena. So Cormac's very good because he's one of the few heroes in the game in the rare spot that has an attack speed lead in Arena. So this is awesome. 20% is huge. The other hero here is Rosier. She's a okay option. However, Cormac's damage with his Frost Relic is kind of unmatched in the rare spot. So that's why we're utilizing him. But Rosier is an okay option, especially if you don't have the Frost Relic yet. But I would always be on the lookout for Cormac's Frost Relic. Being able to have this available just really opens up a whole different dimension for this character. We're utilizing Morgan. Morgan has the pushback on her Flame Relics, so she can reduce target's attack gauge. And then on her passive ability, she also has the ability to reduce the target's attack gauge by even more. This is what's going to be key to winning the speed meta. So for those of you who don't know, Morgan is the fastest character in the game. If she is Chivalry 10, her base speed is 130, which is the fastest in the game. So whoever has the faster Morgan is going to win. Because if your Morgan goes first, you then use her skill 2. She pushes everyone's attack meter back, and then you win. The thing is, though, most people have their Morgan in Vigor set because they're using her in every single PvE dungeon known to man. This allows you to have your Morgan be a little bit faster if you want to. You can put her in a speed set and you can really get her cooking. If you don't want to do that, like I don't want to, and you want to keep her in her Vigor set for dungeons, you can utilize someone like Jack. We're going to talk about Jack right now because he is key to this kind of farming strategy. So Jack has an amazing passive that says when you use his skill 2, he recharges a target character's attack gauge by 70%. I think this is the highest boost on a single target attack gauge skill in the game, and it's on an uncommon, which only requires 4 upgrades to his skills. You could get lucky and get both of these skill upgrades the first try, but if not, at a max, it's going to take 4. Now, as I mentioned, even though Morgan is faster than him, he's not used in a whole lot of areas. I think he's a great uncommon, but he is outclassed by someone like Gillian if you have her, so most people don't use him. So that means that you can put him in a speed set. So if you have him as the fastest character in your team, you can then use his skill 2 and boost Morgan's attack gauge to make sure that she's outspeeding other Morgans to push back the attack gauge of your enemies and then come in and wipe everyone out with your Cormac. So the most important thing on Jack is just speed. You want to put him in a speed set, which gives him 30% more speed. And then the other 2 pieces, because speed set is a 4-piece set, you're just trying to look for the most attack speed available to you. So there's 9 here. I could probably find a better piece, but I don't need any more speed on my Jack. He's got 10 here, 7 here, 6 here, and then I'm using an attack speed ring, and then I'm using an attack speed orb. So having your Jack awaken to 3-star is also going to be pretty important. So my Jack's cooking at 281. My Cormac, I think it is important to show, he is in Strife, which is the keepsake set that I was talking about in yesterday's video. So if he can kill someone, he'll actually take another turn and he'll have an attack increase. So he might be able to take out, the entire team just because if he kills one person, he's going to get a bonus turn. So he's just built for damage. He is kind of fast. If I wanted to, if I wasn't using him in other dungeons, I could just make him so slow and just have him crush with damage numbers. Like I would take off his attack speed orb. I'd put in attack percentage or defense percentage. Same thing here. I'd go like flat attack or flat defense or maybe hit accuracy and just crush. But I am using him in other areas, and this is enough to kind of get the job done. So let's go in and kind of showcase this. Now, we're probably going to outspeed all of these heroes anyway, considering their fastest hero will be Morgan, but she's most likely in a vigor set, and they don't have anyone that has an attack speed lead like I do with Cormac. Now here I'm utilizing Aine because I do have her Chivalry 3, and when she's Chivalry 3, she gives everyone at the start of the round critical strike damage increase 2, so it's going to let my Cormac hit even harder. If you don't have Aine, you can certainly use someone like Turin. Turin's really good as well because she turns the weather to nighttime. Jack gets a 5% speed boost, I believe it is, when it's nighttime. So let's try this. So she turns it to night, and as you see here, my Morgan is she's got 10 more speed. My Cormac has 10 more speed. My Turin has 10 more speed, and my Jack has 10 more speed. So we're actually losing vigor because we're taking too long. But Jack is going to S2 on the Morgan to give her that attack gauge boost. Now, all my team is faster because I said the attack speed for Cormac is there. But anyway, if they were faster, that's where Morgan would come in handy. I could go in, push everyone back, then wipe with my Cormac. And it's just basically rinse and repeat. I think you can do this with at least up to the higher stages of Arena and just outspeed people. And that's basically the team. Now, you can't do this on auto because for some reason, Jack targets himself. I don't know why he does that, but he does. So yeah, Turin is another option. If you want to use someone other than Cormac, you can use Rosier. Like I said, she has that attack speed lead as well. She also has some pretty decent AoE damage on her Wind Relic and her Frost Relic. Her Fire Relic is single target. This is an okay option. If you want to like single target one of the damage dealers that your opponent might have, that could work. But I think you want to use Cormac or Rosier just because of their speed leads. Now, I do have Aine to give me some additional, crit damage, like I mentioned. So I'm going to use her in this case, and it just makes my Cormac way faster. So we'll go in, we'll do the same thing. Jack comes in, he S2s my Morgan. So again, we're still faster than everybody, but if they were faster than our entire team other than Jack, we would have the Morgan jump in front. We would have the Morgan push everyone back with their attack gauge, and then we would have our Cormac go in there and just clean house. So yeah, that's kind of the sample team that I have. I really like it. I think it's pretty simple to use, quote unquote free to play friendly. Other than the Frost Relic, that's kind of just a time thing. But if you ended up getting it, yeah, that's great. The speed lead, all of that stuff, his damage is fantastic. If you don't have Cormac in his Frost Relic, like let's say we have Rosier, we can bring in someone like Kay. Kay is a great damage dealer. Let's put Rosier in her Frost Relic. So we can do something like this. We're still using Rosier for the speed. Here, this is perfect. So Kay is behind their two heroes. So we can speed up the Morgan, and we'll use her to reduce the attack gauge of somebody like the Bedivere. So now our Kay jumps in front. That is a perfect example. So then Kay can come in, maybe use her skill 2, so Rosier has enough vigor to use her AoE. Ooh, close. So sadly, it just wasn't enough damage. I also don't have my Relic to be the same level as what my Cormac was. So it wasn't enough to get the job done, sadly, but we still get some other tries here. But Kay is a perfectly fine AoE damage dealer. I actually think she's very good in Arena, especially if she's Chivalry 8 and up, because she gets increased evasion, which is really cool. But yeah, she's a solid damage dealer on her own. And yeah, but this obviously works way better if you have a Frost Cormac, because his AoE damage is just unmatched. So I think this is going to be a battle between the Ks. Let's see if we can out K his K. Ooh, he's going to get a bonus turn. Okay. We certainly have the advantage. Nice. Okay. So yeah, that's basically the team, guys. Those are some of the replacements, but start playing around with Arena. You know, get ready for clan versus clan. Clan wars, guild wars, whatever they want to call it. But if you want to farm your Sergiuses, get your special summon tokens, utilize Jack. He's pretty fantastic. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you on the next one. See ya.